Good morning, everyone. I'm Jen Houston, owner of the Artsy Fartsy Gallery. I'm a full-time independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator here in Canmore, Alberta, Canada. Happy Thursday, everyone. Today we are going to be doing some thank you cards. I know if you're anything like me, I'm always needing thank you cards. And so we're gonna think of people in our lives that we need to kind of let them know that we appreciate them, of course, right? And so there's the obvious ones, but there's some other little hidden things that maybe we could think of to thank. So here's my little thankfully thinking of you. So we are, of course, continuing on with that Mountain Air bundle. That's our feature this week. And so because I'm featuring it all week, making cards with it every single day, I figure, oh, if you order this stamp set, I need to reward you for that. So order this stamp set, the bundle, and I will send you a classic ink pad, whatever color of your choice that you would like, for free. Just to, give you a little encouragement. Or if you already have this stamp set, or you already, you don't have a big shot and you, or a die cutting machine and you don't want the dies, well, if you just place a $70 order, I will give you that same deal. So a free stamp pad. Yay! So I don't know if you've been seeing a bunch of fun colors this week that I've been kind of using and trying out. I know yesterday's was pretty cool. We used Cajun Craze, Smoky Slate, So Saffron, and what was the last one? Old Olive. Old Olive. So it was a little different, but it turned out pretty nice. And if you didn't get a chance to see that card and see, the live, you can always visit my blog or webpage, and it's just www.theartsyfartsygallery.com. Easy peasy. And I give you the measurements and all the tools that I used, and so it just makes it simple. Thank you, ladies, for popping on this morning. I'm so excited to see you. Happy Thursday, everyone. Snow there too, hey? Lots of snow happening, I think, around the globe. Well, I shouldn't say around the globe, in maybe North America. Have a sip of my tea. Are you guys drinking anything this morning that's yummy? Okay, so I think we're just gonna pop right in and get rolling. Let me just switch my screens around. Today we're going to kind of make a fun sky for our scenery. All right, so thanks for, comment lots, give me lots of ideas, your thoughts. Share this with your friends that are, nice and crafty, or those people that should be crafty, or those people maybe that need a little break from their their reality right now. Send it off, share it to your friends. That would be helpful for my business too, and I appreciate that. Okay, so here we go, rolling on. So this is a card that I had made earlier, and it's pretty bright and bold, but I wanted to try out this kind of idea of using that. Remember this? The sun or the moon. Oh, let's go this way. The sun or the moon stamp. That doesn't help either. Let's just put it down. Stamp as kind of a tool to make a cool background. And now, like I said, this one is pretty bright and bold. Today we're going to kind of tame it down a little bit and try some different colors. And of course, since those ornate layer dies, I keep calling them frame dies, but they're ornate layer dies, pardon me, came out today, or yesterday. I'm going to throw that in here as well, just because, we have to, right? We have to use that beautiful set. Okay, so this color combo was Night of Navy, So Saffron, Seaside Spray, Rococo Rose, and I guess Old Olive. So that was that one. Okay, but for our card today, we're going to tame it down a little bit. because as you know, I'm kind of a little more on the tame side. I prefer on the tame side. Let's just put it that way. That's just where my comfort zone is. So today we're going to whip out the Pool Party, the Night of Navy, and Mint Macaron. And our feature today, of course, is going to, our purpose today is going to be to kind of think of cards, thank you cards. And so that is going to be my goal for this one. And I'll tell you who it's going to be for in a second. But let's get rolling. Our first thing I am going to do here is to get out this mountain stamp here. And I'm going to actually use the flat side. So the cool thing about this stamp set, of course, is that it's flat on one side and it's detailed on the other, which is so fun. Okay, let's get out my Night of Navy ink. And like I've been sharing all week, that if you ink up this mountain stamp on an angle, it kind of looks a little more natural if there are lines left due to your ink pad being small. Okay, so down about the bottom third. Oh, I just about forgot something. This paper piercing mat is kind of crucial for these big solid stamps. It makes just a nicer image. I'm sticking it under my grid paper because this stamp is longer than my paper, and so I would get ink on my foam pad, which let's not do that on the foam mat. All right, so here we go. I'm just about a third of the way up. Let's stamp those mountains. Full strength Night of Navy. Get a nice dark option. Okay? I'm going to go in again and do it again. Ink that up. But this time I'm going, well, now let's do it again. Right over top. Now let's move the design over a little bit so that your mountains aren't all twins. There. And let's do one more. Hopefully we'll get it right to the bottom. If not, we'll do it again. I see I should probably clean off this stamp a little bit because it's leaving little, can you see the little bits in the, see how there's little white bits in here? So I should probably clean it with soap and water. It's been well used this week, hasn't it? Oh, my watch is buzzing. And yeah, it's going to cover it one last time here. Oh, so close, so close. Let's just go in at the bottom here and re-ink just to make sure we got those little bits. Okay, let me get out my Simply Chamois. And I'm going to actually turn this over so we have the detailed side on the mountains. And once again, let's ink this up. Okay, so on one of those layers, I think I'm going to go closest to the bottom. I'm actually going to stamp the detail over top of the kind of shadow we just did, just to add a little something. Just a little extra something hidden in there. That makes sense. Okay. For now, let's put away our Night of Navy because it tends to migrate. Migrate everywhere you don't want it to go. Fingers, paper, envelopes, wherever it wants to roam. Okay, so here comes the fun part. Now I'm going to give you an option. You're going to help me out with this. Here is a light stamped off version. here is the full strength of these colors. So which do you think I should use for this card background? Do you want to see the light version or the dark? Light or dark? Let me know what you think. Light or dark? That's my envelope, by the way. Decided to do the envelopes and the insert first, just to check out the, color combo. Does it work? Does it not? It's easier to throw out the insert or to, flip over the insert than it is to restart your whole card. Stamped off. Okay, we got lights. All right. Awesome. Okay, so I'm going to start with Pool Party. It's kind of the lightest, I suppose. And so once again, I've just got the flat side of that sun. Now knowing me, I'm going to forget and stamp, full strength here. So we're just going to randomly stamp all over. Oh, I picked up a little bit of tree. When I embossed my tree earlier, there were little bits left everywhere. I did use my roller, what's it called? Lint roller, to pick up most of them, but of course there's little stragglers. Oh, we have one dark fan. It's just kind of a fun way to make a background, isn't it? Like it's another artistic thing. Getting artsy with the, simple stamp set. Okay, so that was the Pool Party. Let's go in. I'm gonna do Night of Navy just because I don't want to get stuck with having to kind of Night of Navy in more places than I really want. So Night of Navy, of course, is super intense. So let's just see what the colors look like here. Stamped once, twice, 3. Let me move my foam mat. There's 4. Which level do you think I should use? 1, 2, I almost think 3. What do you think? Let's try it and see what we think. So 1, 2, let's go in 3. Too dark? Almost, hey? So I'm just gonna go again here and then we'll have a look. Yes, much better, much better. 1, 2, 3, and then we're gonna go in with the 4th. Whoop. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oopsie, that didn't go very well here. 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm just gonna do one more. Okay, there's our Night of Navy, and our last color is Mint Macaron. Check out these colors before we go to town here. 1, 2, I think 2 is probably good. Yeah, 3 is way too light. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1. Try a 3rd here. 2, just to switch it up a little. Might almost look good with the 3rd. What have I got? Oh, did you see this? The the ink is coming off my mountain on the paper here. Okay, let's not have that there. Let's go even lighter. All right, I think I want to fill in with pool party, but even lighter than what we did before. So thinking of people you are thankful for. So who I'm thinking of, there are some stairs here at our condo outside that get absolutely icy crazy. And this lady was out there the other day and she was trying to get the ice off of them. And you know, I really appreciated that because with our dogs, we have to take them out for walks so many times a day. And we have to go up that little hill of steps and there, I think I'm good. I think this one's, yep, I think we're good. I don't know. Should we fill in that? It's probably hard to see, isn't it? It was, you know, she wasn't asked to do it. She wasn't, you know, she does what it mattered to her. I don't know. She doesn't have a dog or anything that she has to kind of think about walking up those stairs. But so I really appreciated her doing that. So can you think of anybody in your life who does those secret things kind of in the background that, you know, is not flashy, not big, not, you know, out in the front, out, you know, that deserves a, you know, I saw that and thank you so much for doing that. That made a world of difference. So that is who I'm going to send this card to because I am thankful. It's not pretty. I'm going to flip this paper over because it's hard to see, isn't it? There. All right. So now, of course, you know, check out this ornate layer die. Isn't that pretty? And it was already cut out in mint macaron, and I'm like, oh, this is the one. So I'm going to actually place it kind of like this. I'm probably only going to use half of it. My next thoughts were, I cut out a Night of Navy tree using the dies that come with this bundle. Isn't that pretty? I love the detail. I did a pool party one as well. And then I stamped mint macaron on mint macaron. And I think I'm just going to place it in the center there. And I think we should shimmy this underneath a little bit. I don't know if I should go all the way across. I don't think so. I think I'm going to just kind of hide a little bit of it underneath the end, underneath the trees a little bit. And let me stamp my thanks. So I think we better, yeah, I don't want to put it over top. Let me just kind of place it where I think I might like it. And then I'm going to actually use the thanks from the Good Morning Magnolia. I think it is nice and swirly, and it kind of fits with this, right? I'm going to use Night of Navy just to kind of tie in that color and make it stand out a little bit. So and a little offside, so okay, just moving around during minutes. Let's go like this. Okay, that'll be under the trees over here. And I just want it about here. Let's go. 1, 2, 3, close your eyes and go. All right. Also, something else that about thanking and being grateful. And I read the book, The Happiness Advantage, and it talks about different ways that you can make yourself be happier. I don't know where I put, oh, my little trimmer is over here. Because basically everybody's dealt things in their life, right? Everybody's given, life is not rosy for anybody really. Some are unfortunately are dealt a little bit more, but you know, we kind of get, anyways, you know what I'm saying. So there are ways that we can kind of help ourselves roam through those times when we're having trouble and life is hard. And so I'm going to glue this down because I can't think and concentrate, talk and concentrate at the same time. And so one of the ways, there were 7, but one of the ways was to actually write out every single day 3 things that you're grateful for. And so I have my happy planner and I do this every day, 3 things at least. It tends to go on and on and on. Once you get started, you kind of like, oh yeah, oh this too, you know, whatever. So I want to hear something that you're thankful for today. I'm curious. What are you thankful for today? It can be a certain thing. I am thankful that it is sunny and the snow has stopped. I'll put it that way. I'm thankful right now that Indy is sleeping and not barking. I will say that I had stopped writing out the 3 things that I'm thankful for about, I'm going to say 2 weeks. I was trying to do, you know, like what somebody, one of my mentors was kind of suggesting in, you know, doing more of a business kind of idea with your planners and whatnot. I will say that my mood was not as good when I skipped out on that little piece of my, you know, day. So I'm curious. I want you to have a great day too. So what is something that you're thankful for? And if you need, you know, you're stuck on maybe who you could send a thank you card today, let's think about, I did jobs that start with A earlier this week, right? So people who serve us that their job title starts with an A. So you could think of people who in your life starts with an A. And we could wander through the alphabet over the weeks and, you know, think about people in our lives that are important to us. Who has inspired you? Who's, you know, done those things in secret? Who gave exceptional service? I don't know. We often see it, we thank them, we give them a tip, but, you know, go that extra mile and send them a card. Just, I don't know. To me, it would make their day for sure. What are you thinking? You like it? I am loving those colors. Wow. I'm kind of glad. I'm very glad that you guys said light. I know there was some darks, but you know what? We're all different strokes for different folks, right? So I'd be curious if you wanted to try the dark version. I'd love to see what it comes out as. So there is the front. I'm going to actually put the insert in here. So I had done it earlier. I'd stamped those trees in mint macaron and then just did those bubbles. Can you see yourself giving this sky technique a try? Who has been supportive in your life through this COVID thing? Has anybody kind of gone out of their way to say, you know, how are you doing? Do you need any groceries? Do you need toilet paper? Here's some toilet paper, right? Let's open that flap. See the difference? I love that. I kind of, what should we, does it need a rhinestone? Did you think we were going to get away without putting an embellishment? there are those frosted epoxy dots. It's not too much, I think. There are the gold. There are the pearls. Ooh. They're kind of simple and calm, like this whole card. I didn't know if I should bling it up a little. Let's go with the pearl. Apparently other things stick to this putty. Do I continue? No. No. I'm going to let the sky speak for itself. No extra fluff. All right, so there is card number 1. And of course, if you need these measurements or want to be reminded of what tools I used for here, it will be on my blog later on today. I'll take some nice close-up pictures for it. So our second card today is this one. And see how I did the sky and the same idea. However, I just used one color. So for this card, I used Seaside Spray. This is a Night of Navy, and this is Old Olive. So those, you know, I'm going to use the forest this time. We haven't used the forest yet. And of course, yesterday we were playing with Cajun Craze, and I'm kind of like, oh, I kind of like this. I had kind of forgotten about this color, to be honest. And trees, of course, that makes me think of fall, my favorite time of year, especially here. In the mountains, they have these trees called larch trees, and they're evergreen trees, I assume. They look like evergreen trees, like Christmas trees. However, in the fall, their leaves, they're not leaves, whatever. They turn this bright yellow, and they all fall off, all the pine needles, and they fall off, which is kind of bizarre, but man, is it stunning. In amidst the green of the evergreens and the birch trees, the bright oranges, it's just stunning. So the colors remind me of this this palette. So what we're going to use is Cajun Craze, Mossy Meadow, Granny Apple Green, and Pool Party. And I'm going to throw in some Sahara Sand. Okay, so let's see how this rolls. So my card base is going to be the Cajun Craze. I'm going to put a layer of the Sahara Sand just to kind of tie it in a little bit. And then I'm going to have my Whisper White layer that goes over top that I'm going to be kind of stamping on, I suppose. Now, this one was kind of half and half, so half trees, half sky. For this one, I kind of want to showcase those trees a little more. So I think I'm going to move the trees up to about 1/3 of the way down this time. So I'm going to actually get my tree stamp, and the flat side, I'm going to go in with Mossy Meadow. It's a nice dark color, of course, and I want the back layer to be kind of a little bit darker, so that if this sky goes over top of it, it's not going to be. I wonder if we should do the sky first. Let's do the sky first. Let's do the sky first. I can change my mind. I'm a woman. Okay, sky is Pool Party. Now I'm going to try on my scrap here. Let's see what. Actually, I do know what that full strength of Pool Party looks like. Do you think? Here is the envelope. That's full strength Pool Party. Or here is the second generation. I think I'm going to do the second generation. I'm going to stamp off again. I think it'll just be a little calmer and more my speed. Okay, so stamp off once, in you go. I feel like I'm at a factory. Doing the same thing over and over and over. And of course, those bits will be a little bit darker where you overlap, which is okay. It kind of adds a little bit of interest. I'm just trying to go in a straight line. If it's not exactly perfect, it's not. As you can see, I'm going downhill. Let's bring that back up. All right, so just a reminder that if you purchase this bundle through me this week, I'm giving away a free stamp set, or free ink pad, color of your choice. So, a little incentive to swing this set. And each week, that's my kind of plan, is that whatever set I'm using, I'll give a deal on. Give away some little bonus extra. Now, I don't have to go the whole entire way. I'm just going to make sure that I've got that first third covered. And in case those trees are a little bit, they're a little bit uneven, right? So we want to make sure that everything's covered with this pool party. Now just these little spots up here. There. We got them all. Perfect. Okay, so now we're going to go in with the trees. There is our mossy meadow. Let's ink it up one more time just to make sure it's good to go. So this card I am going to send to a team member who is so creative. Oh my goodness, she makes the best 3D projects. So talented, ridiculously talented, and can think so out of the box. It amazes me. Remember, this is the flat side of the trees, and I love seeing what she comes up with. I wish she would do videos, because she just, it's so creative. So anyways, at the end of each month, I try to send my team members a card just because I appreciate them and I appreciate their support. And so this is going to be for her because it's a little artsy and she's artsy. All right, so here I'm going to get out a piece of what's it called? Sahara sand. Okay, that's going to match this size. And we're going to stamp our trees on the Sahara sand, kind of to dull it down a little bit. I think white would be, it would look like snow in between, if that makes sense. Because when you use the detailed side of the trees, they're down along the bottom, there's kind of little lines and little open spaces. So that's what I'm saying, is that I think if you used it on Whisper White, it would look like snow in between. Okay, let's start off with Cajun Craze. I'm just gonna, randomly go all different colors. Let's see how it rolls here. Okay, let's go in with Cajun Craze. I'm just gonna come down from the top a little bit. Okay. See what I mean by that little spaces in between? Oof. So this chamois is going to need a good rinse after today. Night of Navy, Cajun Craze. Okay, let's go in with some Granny Apple Green. I just want a hit of, I was going to use yellow, and I thought, I don't know what yellow would look like on the Sahara sand. So let's see how this goes. I don't know. cool? I thought it would be a nice bright green. I'm going to flip this over. Okay, and let's see, should we go in with, let's do a Sahara sand level, why not? Try it. If we don't like it, we don't have to do it again. We could even cover it up. So just remembering to switch up your directions. Just stamp sometimes in the middle, stamp sometimes onto the right, to the left, just to mix up those trees a little. Okay, and let's go in with the mossy meadow. Bumping around the camera here. I think I'm going to do 2 layers of the mossy meadow because we don't want it to look like stripes, right? A stripe of trees. Yeah, I'm glad I did that. It'll kind of back up things a little bit. I think I'm going to go with Granny Apple green this time. I really like that hit of light green in there. Kind of lightens, because the other colors are pretty dark. Okay, let's do our Cajun Craze. Whew. That is inky. Could stamp off. Nah, let's just keep going. And of course, what you could do, if you do use Whisper White, if you want like the true, you know, what I'm thinking. I'm thinking too many things at the same time. What you could do is stamp it on Whisper White. However, go back in with a dauber maybe of, you know, some of those colors to kind of fill in some of those gaps. Another thought I was thinking is, it's too stripey for me. So I'm going to stamp this off a couple times. And let's just hit it up with, yeah. There. Go in with a little variation there. Let's do a Sahara sand, and then I think I'm going to do mossy, and I think we're good. Doesn't have to go all the way down to the bottom. I nearly almost didn't clean this off. That would not have been good. Have you been enjoying all of the videos that all the demonstrators are doing with the ornate garden suite? I know Lisa's going to be on tonight, and she's going to be playing with it. So I'm kind of excited. I actually have other plans that I got to go to tonight, but I will be watching the replay. Let's do some more Granny Apple Green. I think Granny Apple Green is your favorite, yeah? You know, that one, when we did the Stampin' Up! Week of Greens, that really grew on me. I'm going to go get a baby wipe because my poor Shannon is absolutely filthy. I hadn't cleaned it. I didn't clean it actually this morning. I just went from yesterday because you can usually get away with it. But probably should have, knowing that today was going to be a very inky day. Okay, let's put in some hits of Granny Apple Green because I'm really liking that. All right, good. So now what we're going to do is we're going to get out our little die. And check this out. So this cuts these little trees out. Isn't it awesome? Now, just like the mountains, you kind of place your die where you think it should go, but then bring it down just a tad more than you think. And that will prevent that kind of big halo around it. And if it happens, it happens. There's ways to kind of, some people don't care. But there's, I don't know, I just prefer that look. I'm just going to head over here to do the big shot. What else am I thankful for today? I am thankful, I'm still thankful that for those people who helped me out get to my goal, my sales quarter goal. Oh my goodness, you guys are awesome. To be honest, I didn't think I'd make it. And I mean, it's a goal, right? You try your best, you try to get there, and if you don't, you don't. But I'm still super thankful for that. Okay, so as you can see, the brown is less intensive than if you were to put it a little bit raised higher, then you would really get kind of a halo look around the trees. Where this is kind of, it's okay because it's more towards the sides. It's just, it looks more like a highlight as opposed to a hula hoop, if you will. Okay, so now what we're going to do is we're going to lay this down on top of this layer. And glue it on. Question 2. Anybody have any requests for next week's feature of the week? Any certain stamp set or bundle that you'd love to see done all week? Okay, so there's our layering here. Now I'm going to flip this over and we know where exactly to trim. I'm just going to get my baby trimmer, my mini trimmer, and hack this off in a nice straight line. There. I could just use scissors, but I don't always trust myself. Okay, so now we have that layer. We can start assembling, I believe. Okay, so here's my Cajun Craze card base, my Sahara sand. I did a little layer here, and you'll see this little tree that has been cut out of this layer because I knew it was not going to be seen in there. So now Ukrainian self wants to save some paper. Okay, and let's put this layer down. So we kind of made our own DSP today by using this stamp set. Isn't that kind of cool? Okay, now here I have some trees. Ooh, that really doesn't stand out, does it? Okay. I also did a little, I don't know if I want white. I wonder if Granny Apple Green would be too much. I also did strip and pool party. This, by the way, comes from the Ornate Frames dies. Just saying, just saying. I like that. Kind of ties in there. I see somebody saying, Janet saying, stitch so sweetly. I think that would look beautiful behind. I love those dies. What if we did? Okay, I can put this back later, but is that too big? Yes, I think so. I think that would be too much. Let's just lay it there and see what we think. Love this color. We don't have to use the whole thing. We could just do it off-centered. What about the next size down there? And if we, oh no, I was going to say, if we do use this die, we could use that stamp set that matches so perfectly. What do you think? I could put this over, maybe these over here. When I get Granny Apple Green, just have a look. If it's a little, it definitely looks different when it's, it's definitely nice and muted here. Yeah, I think that's a little much. Okay, what do we think? We could do Sahara Sand again. I like the pool party. What do we think? Too big, yes. Okay, I'm going to cut out a Sahara Sand. I'm going to cut out a pool party. And then we'll go from there. Find a scrap that will fit that. Or not. There's a scrap. Also super thankful for all of you for popping on and all your amazing comments. You guys are so generous with your comments. It's so nice. It makes my day. Makes all the prepping worth it. Okay, let's pool party and a Sahara Sand and we'll see what we think. I was just thinking we could have done some twine we could have done some, here we go, what's this called? The braided burlap trim. I like the twine. Let's see if it'll pop up. If not, it's okay. Here's my dental floss. Are you liking the blue? You liking the brown? I guess we'll see with the trees. You can always cut off the part that hangs over. Absolutely. Yes. I think instead of a strip, I want to add that. Although I need a place to put the, we'll see, we'll see. Okay. I just think this thread would look pretty nice on here. It's just kind of textured with the rest of the texture, right? That makes sense. It does. I'm also thankful that this morning there are elk out in the front of our condo again. There was a lady out taking pictures today. It's always fun to see the wildlife here, and just they're so relaxed. They just kind of, you know, they're just calm. It just reminds me just to, you know, chill out. Just take her easy. Life's gonna pass by and how it wants to pass by, and no sense getting all worried and freaked out about it, because really, how's that gonna change things? I think the pool party would help the trees stand up a little bit more, because the Sahara sand kind of matches with the outline a little too much. What do you think? I think that's the best. Okay, let's go with that. I'm going to pop this layer up with our dots over here. Do you like that little piece of twine in there? I really want to learn how to do, well, kind of a actual virtual party. I think it'd be fun to have a pajama party during these times online, and we all, you know, can sit in our pajamas and, I don't know, do our paper pumpkins, or I don't know, just have a nice time together, and we can see each other, because I get to see myself, I get to see your comments, but I don't know what you look like. I know what some of you look like. I've had the privilege of meeting some of you at On Stage, and in real life, I know I've had some ladies. I met a couple at my retreat in Manitoba, which was awesome, and I finally got to put a name to a face, which is great. There, I'm going to pop these trees up. I may pop the other granny apple green layer up a little too. I'm not sure. Let's see, what do we think? Yeah, let's pop him up too. Whoops. Where's my little mini? One left. Look at that. It's meant to be. Like so. Now I have done this. Oh no. Sky, I think it's a little too much. Now I still don't have a saying. We could do a little thanks up here. What I was thinking of using was thinking of you, sweet friend. Yeah, I think I'm going to use that. Now, should I use the Cajun Craze or Mossy Meadow? Let's use Mossy Meadow, which I put here. And this one comes from Honeybee, that stamp set. Thinking of you, sweet friend. Do we need a bird? I think we need a bird. Yeah. Let's do, should we do that? I don't know. Oh, sheesh. And without re-inking, let's just do one more. I think that's it. Stop. Okay, I think it's good. Now, I'm going to show you, look at the difference between the white and the stamping on the Sahara sand. I almost like that white better. It really, the colors really pop a lot more than I kind of like that. And I thought about the snow idea, remember, that I thought it would be too bright, but I almost think that it might pop a little better. This to me would be, the subtle colors might be better for a sympathy card or kind of something a little bit tamer, of course, right? I think I'm going to do this card again, and I'm going to do it in the white version, and I'll also put that on my blog, and you can have a look and see which you think you like better. And for this, I was going to put this as the insert, but I think I'm going to do it on Sahara sand just to tie it all together. I think that's my goal. Or I could even use Pool Party, a layer of Pool Party. I think that's my goal. All right, so there we have it. More fun with this bundle. I am loving it. Let me see. I need to press some buttons here. I had lots of fun today. Once again, changing things up. This is not, I like to be prepared. I like to have a routine. I like to be, have things all ready to roll and not have to think while I'm doing this, but it's pushing me out of my comfort zone. So I am so thankful for all of you, and I'm thankful that you popped on here again this Thursday. I hope you have a wonderful day today. So we're thinking about what are all the things that we're thankful for today. Who are the people, special people in our lives that we are thankful for, and let's just make sure we acknowledge them and appreciate them. I guess sending them a little surprise can't hurt, right? So it's one thing we can still hang on to and still do right now, giving out a little paper hug. So thanks, everybody. I will see you tomorrow for Fun Friday. I'll be using the stamp set one more time, and it'll be close to being the last chance to get it at that free ink pad. So see you tomorrow morning. Bye.